my representative. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you, members of the committee. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be before this committee. It is not often that I come and testify on the Senate side. However, I just want to share with you. You will hear, not only did you already hear from both my friend, Mr. Gorman, and also Senator Chacon, with regards to the details of this bill. Both sides differ. But I have to say this. All of us, as elected officials, each and every day in our respected chamber, stand to salute the flag. And we state to do a pledge, each and every one of us, we make a pledge, and it's for justice for all. It does not say for justice for some. And every day we are here, we start out with a prayer. And those words in those prayers are significant. They are real. And they are a way of life. They have messages in those prayers. We all are responsible for the safety of each other. There's no question about it. On every level that you can imagine, we are responsible for that. Those in government and also those that are not. It is our duty. It has come time for change in our great state. We make changes in our chamber every day that we're here. This request, this piece of legislation is no different. This is about affording our family members, our friends, our neighbors, the opportunity of moving forward. This piece of legislation is to empower individuals of our community, mine and yours. This legislation is not about us and them. This legislation, this opportunity, this privilege is about all of us. If you look out into the audience, who is undocumented? What does an undocumented person look like? What does a person who would like the opportunity to become empowered look like? Truly, look at me. I stood with that dream of opportunity. It was extended to me by an individual who saw that I was not looking for a handout, but I was looking for a hand. No one is trying to beat the system. There's always Joe Rockheads in everything. So you cannot and should not categorize anybody in this room looking for an opportunity as perpetrators. 20, 25,000 and more, whatever the numbers are that have been presented, realistically, we do not know exactly. For me, the numbers presented are way too high, but know for sure that those numbers, if in fact were real, are not going to be the numbers of individuals applying for the use of the privilege license. Maybe some of you are undecided only because you have never been subjected to the hardship of being poor. Let me tell you something. although being poor, there's more happiness than one can imagine. There's hardship. There's a way to accomplish things. But when there's also a way to get to that accomplishment easier, we should, as elected individuals, make that path available for those who are seeking it. You can't say that by doing this, it only opens up the doors for others to come and take advantage. No. Again, there are perpetrators in every sector, on every level. Truly. I don't think you want me to go there and tell you some name about who. And that is nobody from the hood, but people from right up in here. Okay? So, please, I ask you, I plead with you, if you don't understand it, ask. There's more than enough individuals who live it, feel it, dream it, talk it, walk it, that can take you there, respectfully take you there. If the community, the immigrant population, decided to take a day off, I wish I could win Powerball with the millions and millions of dollars, because that would be my gift. Everybody take a day off at my expense. What would Rhode Island's economy be? It's often said that, oh, they're taking the jobs from our children and our grandchildren, our husbands and our wives. Those same jobs, had it not been for immigrants working it, there would be a problem. So the myths are just that, myths. We are supposed to be our brother's keeper. I am some of my colleagues' keeper, and they don't really need me to keep them because they're far more privileged than I am, just by virtue of being born Caucasian in this state. We should not demise individuals just because you believe that they may be less than, but understand and embrace that we are equal to. We can reach that mountain, and it's not a handout that we're looking for. It's a hand. The same kind of hand that each and every one of you may have received through this journey that you are on or have accomplished. There's no difference whatsoever right now. You're going to hear a lot of things, including the side from the back, from individuals who just don't get it. Not because they can't, but because they choose not to. That stuff and individuals like that, it's been engraved in their life. My grandfather said to me at 97, I didn't expect to live this long. I'm living on my extras. But one thing, baby girl, you need to remember always. Integrity, courage, and loyalty should be something that you keep 24/7. You don't select which one you need and use when it's convenient, but you practice it every day of your life, in spite of those who do not respect you. So I say to you all, as it's been mentioned for many years by my colleague and friend, Senator Metz, the revolution is here. 40 acres and a mule, and I'm sure that he has mentioned that on your floor many times, because he has certainly mentioned it through our journey many times. When is that going to be? We have advocated for many groups, no different than this group, and have managed to make things happen. It is time. When the licensing was in place, there was no crime reported. Please. That is not the case. Criminal activities is not going to increase simply because we are courageous enough to pass this measure. How many criminals do we have in our state that were born here? There are many. So don't put the blame on anyone it doesn't belong to. I ask you, please, please, the time have come, and I ask you all to think about all of the families that you will be part of empowering to better themselves moving forward in not only our state, but in this country. With you extended a helping hand to them to achieve it, rather than having them conduct themselves in a line of fear. Fearful because you don't know when they're going to come and get you. Fearful, I'm sure that you know what that fear factor is like, but not necessarily the fear that many individuals have to endure because of this issue. I plead with you to join us and make this a year of an accomplishment, of empowerment for the many families who are depending on you and me to bring them through to be able to obtain the opportunity of a privileged license so that they can move on in society and continue to be productive citizens of our state and our country. I thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Any Senator Metz?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to welcome Representative Williams and Representative Diaz. Representative Williams is my state representative. She represented our family for many years, decades, and we're proud to have you there. And Representative Diaz, I share some of my senatorial district. I share with both of them, and it's just so good to see you here and keep up the good work. This is what we're here for. Senator Machado, I know you. Those two are one of my colleagues. But thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.